Alrighty. Yes, people, we're back again. It's the 20th of January 2026, and we're analyzing Gbpusd. Super excited about this. I just want to take us through just my initial thoughts on the market and what I think price is doing. Let's get rid of that, and let's just look at the market from this perspective. And I just want to kind of take us through what I think price is doing and the way I think it's going. And let's just see what we can dig up. Let's just see what we can do. I do have some ideas. I want to share some thoughts as well about liquidity levels and how that plays a role in my thinking and how I look at the market. So first and foremost, I want to do a normal, regular, routine top-down analysis, looking at price signature and looking at how the market leaves different clues for us to kind of determine what we would say is our bias for the day. Okay, so if we start on the monthly, real quickly, we will be able to see what's going on here. So go to monthly time frame. Okay, and what we want to do here is just determine what we believe the market is telling us from the monthly perspective. Looking at this, first and foremost, we just kind of come down to this point over here. You can see that price found some form of support in this FVG. So I'm very strong on FVGs, order blocks, supply and demand. I really love that idea of supply and demand, order blocks, FVGs and things like that. So I'm going to use a lot of that to help me determine whether we are whether the buyers are in control or whether the sellers are in control. Okay, so first and foremost, I can see that price on the monthly traded from this point to this point and then has made its way back down to this point, and it's found some form of support or some form of demand in this particular area, and the signature that's there is the FVG. So the price has left in its wake an FVG for me to say, all right, cool, I like that. This is potentially an area of support where the buyers have come back into the market. We can see that because over the period of November, December, price has been bullish, and it looks like we are continuing in that same vein of momentum. So I like the fact that we're doing that. Now, if we kind of narrow down, we can also look at the fact that we have this swing low over here. The price created some good structure. All right, so for us to I mean, in order for this to keep on going, then we would want to see price break through the structure to say that we're continuing to the downsides. At the moment, monthly, it looks like price is continuing to go higher. We're going, you notice here, we are closing above the high over here, but we're not going beneath the lows. So we didn't go beneath the lows. So far, we haven't gone beneath the lows. All right, so that tells me that price is maintaining that higher time frame perspective. Is maintaining a market structure at the moment whereby the buyers are quite dominant. Because when we opened up, if we now look at the candle formation, when we opened up over here, you can see the month has opened up with that movement over here, and we traded to the low. Okay, and we've hit something that's caused price to go back that way. Bear in mind, we've already taken previous month high. So liquidity to the upside has been taken, and then we've traded right the way back down the low. So here's my simple perspective of the market, from my opinion, just from my opinion. My opinion is that price, having taken previous month high, right, has then traded its way all the way down to the low. And then we've hit some type of support, and now we're seeing the buyers come back into the market. Now, what we don't know is whether price is going to do that. What we don't know is whether price is going to do that. And this is what I'm here to do, to try and figure out whether price will continue higher, continue lower. But what I can say for now is that we can see strong bullishness in the market. Why? Because we can see that price has already reached a low point. And rather than continuing lower, we can see that price has pushed higher. I mean, this is my simple way of looking at the market. From the higher time frame, I can see we have had, think about it, it's very simple. We have had a period of time from this high where price reached this low, okay? And now we're saying that after hitting that low, rather than continuing, we're saying that the buyers have come back in again, or the buyers are in. Right? So on this initial view, I can see that we are bullish from this low. Now, whether that means we're going to continue through these levels, we don't know. But what I can argue is that the bearishness that we had from the top over here, down to this low, we're not seeing a continuation at the moment. We are seeing bullishness in the market. So I'm going to stick at this moment. I'm just going to hold on to the most recent price action, which is price being bullish from this low. We're going to find out whether it's going to continue or not, but at least we can acknowledge that. So I'm going to say that the monthly time frame is bullish at the moment. I like the idea of a bullish monthly. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to get the monthly, the weekly, 2-day, and the daily all to agree. If they can all agree that we are potentially bullish, then I'm looking for potential bull setups, or I'm expecting the middle time frames, the 4-hour, the 3-hour, the 2-hour, the 1 hour, to also agree to give me a setup to the upside. What I don't want to do is say the monthly, the weekly, the 2-day, and the daily are bullish, but I'm trying to sell. That makes no sense. I don't want to go against my higher time frame. So if my higher time frame is bullish, then I want to be bullish. That my patience thermometer is based on what's my higher time frame. If my higher time frame is bearish, then I need to patiently wait to a bearish setup appears. If my higher time frame is bullish, then I need to patiently wait for a bullish setup to appear. So right now my monthly looks bullish, okay, and then my weekly. Let's go to weekly. Weekly looks good. Weekly looks good. What it shows me is that yes, at one point we had pushed higher, but then we pushed back down again. And it looks like, here's my signature. It looks like the liquidity of the previous week, this level here was taken. So price has already dropped below this level. For me to want to continue selling, price needs to break past this level as evidence. Think about price action as evidence. You need evidence before you move. You don't want to assume. You want to anticipate price movement based on price movement, if that makes sense. You want price to show you its hand, and then from there, you want to respond. You want to act from there. So essentially, because we've gone this low, we've taken previous week low, I don't want to sell against this. I don't want to sell against the sell side liquidity that's been taken, unless price proves by breaking structure that we want to keep on going. So this makes sense to say, do you know what? The weekly time frame also suggests that we are bullish. Why? Because after taking the liquidity of this low, rather than continuing lower, what did we do? We actually pushed higher. So that tells me that so far, for now anyway, the weekly is bullish. Okay. And on top of that, if you look to your left, we have the last red candle before the market shut up. Price is respecting this order block. So we have two signatures. Number one, the liquidity sweep over here. And then we also have the order block. Okay. So that also gives me a bullish reading. And I like that. Now, I don't have to go to the 2-day, but I'm going to go to it anyway. In this case, you can see kind of the same thing as the weekly. We can sell side liquidity even taken. And then on top of that, we are respecting these order blocks over here. In fact, if you actually look at this, I put a box around this particular order block over here. See that price dropped into it, and then off we go. Beautiful. So again, bullish. So far, the monthly, the weekly, and the 2-day, all three of them show bullishness. Okay. Now the daily, this is fascinating. The daily is really cool because what we're seeing here is that not just the fact that we've taken previous day low over here from yesterday, sorry, we can also see the market respecting this order block. And we can also see that this candle completely closed above this previous candle. So this one closed above here. And in fact, what price has done, right, is price pulled back, closed the gap, and off we go. So for me, the daily is also bullish. The daily. So at the moment, guys, my higher time frame perspective of the market is that we are bullish. Therefore, I am looking for bullish setups. I'm not looking for bearish setups. I'm looking for bullish setups because the higher time frame is proving to me that we are in a bullish market. And if you zoom out just for a second, it would make sense because price at these levels over here have been moving higher all this time till we got to over here and we had this bit of a pullback. And to be fair, this pullback is still valid, guys. I would actually argue that price, for me, in order to confirm that we're definitely going back higher again, you need to push, and I would say break above this level, this daily market structure, right? If you break above this level over here, that tells me that the bulls have regained control and we are continuing higher. Okay. But for now, for today, maybe up until this point, we might see a turnaround. But for today, at this moment, I like the idea of the bulls. Okay. So I'm looking for that bullish setup. You can see on the 4 hour as well. The 4 hour, after we took liquidity yesterday, we broke the 4 hour structure, right? And the market retested it and continued higher. And you can see that this morning, price broke the structure again and then retested the order block here, and off we go again. Okay, so again, really straightforward, price continuing to the upside. All right, and then on the 1 hour, what we see here is we're seeing a bit of a pullback here on price. Again, this is why this is important. Maybe London may be bullish, but what's New York going to do? The London session has shown strong bullishness. Will London continue into New York, or will we see New York actually turn around? So this is actually quite fascinating in terms of what we think and expect price to do. Okay, we expect price to just kind of kick on from here because we're bullish, but price may choose to do something else. So will this level hold? I like the fact that we're in this FVG. I like the fact that we're in this FVG over here. And I like the fact that price has already taken liquidity. The question is, will it continue higher? Can we break structure and go higher? I think for me, the target will be daily market structure break. Once we get to here, then you got to potentially be looking at a proper turnaround. But I would think that if we are bullish, price may hold this level, or maybe fake out again and then continue higher. But for me, I like the idea of the London being bullish. So the move for London was really here to take that move higher. Whether that's going to maintain, I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see whether price will maintain its level. But that was the right move to the upside for London. Okay. Now, again, looking at this contextually, guys, structurally, I said in order for us to be definitely sure that the buyers have taken over again, for me, price needs to break through this level. If price fails to break through this level, then the market is susceptible to turning around today, and any break of structure to the downside will just continue the flow, the bearish flow. If we break through this level, then we're going to continue that bearish flow, in my opinion. So we just have to wait and see what price will do. But I at least expect, or anticipate, because we've broken structure here and because we pulled back into this this FVG area, I expect price to maybe push at least to this level, but we'll wait and see. So guys, basically looking at price action, I am saying that the London move was right. We were right to at least call the London bullish. What's my thoughts on New York? I would want, in order to continue bullish in this market, I would want price to break through London and aggressively close above the daily level. If you do that, then I'm going to want to continue buying London. If we fail to do that, then there's two ways we can look at this. New York will either continue higher or reverse, right? So we've got to make a decision on how we're going to move with that. New York will either continue higher or reverse. Okay, so either price will break through these levels and give us a reason to be looking to sell, or we're going to get price holding this level and then looking to go high. So I think if we go higher, it makes life easier. Then I'm looking to look for the pullback to go higher again. If we go this way, then I'm probably going to look for a breaker structure. Let's actually clear this up. I'm going to look for a breaker structure. If we go lower at this level over here, let's get rid of you. There. I'm going to be looking over here as my signal to go lower. Price wants to go lower. For me, I'm not going to engage unless we trade back within this level here. There's just two things here. So break of structure. So what I want to see is, yeah, if we trade back within this level, then I'm going to look for the opportunity to go down. I play. If we go that way, then I'm going to look for an opportunity to go high. So it's true that we can be bullish for one session, yet bearish for the other. That makes sense. So let's see what happens. Let's see if price will do what we expect it to do. But we'll wait and see. So that's my take on price action, guys. But I wanted to focus today on just seeing liquidity levels being taken, structure being broken, price respecting key areas, and then going higher. The same is true now. If price respects this key area over here, this order block, then I expect price to go higher. If it respects it, if it doesn't, then it breaks through. Guys, that's my signal to look for opportunities to go lower. Okay, I hope this stream has blessed you guys, and I hope it's helped. And yeah, just maybe you learned something out of it, or you just enjoyed it and just enjoyed the way I'm looking at the market. But just my perspective, my opinion. And guys, it's possible that I could be wrong. This is just my perception, what I think the market could be doing. And yeah, just waiting to see what will present itself, and then we'll